Driving on German Autobahn does not mean driving fast. It means driving responsibly, maintaining lane discipline, and making correct decisions at high speed. In this video, we are driving on Autobahn A2, and I will show you how to merge correctly, how to manage lanes, how to perform overtaking safely, and handle real Autobahn situations confidently. So we are currently in a parking spot and want to exit the parking spot. So firstly, I check if any vehicle is approaching from behind. So the road is clear, I check my mirrors and blind spot, and then I begin the reversing maneuver. Now we are about to enter we will be using one of the important lane, which is called as the acceleration lane. So here now we are about to enter or use the acceleration lane. So I accelerate properly to match the traffic speed. Then we have to indicate early. Then I will check my mirrors and blind spot. And now I will merge smoothly on the main lanes of Autobahn. So this is how you have to merge onto the main lanes of Autobahn. So from the German driving exam perspective, this section is extremely important. So here the examiner will observe how you gain enough speed, or do you gain enough speed, do you signal early, do you check blind spot, and do you merge confidently without hesitation. So never merge on Autobahn too slowly, and additionally never stop at the end of acceleration lane unless it's absolutely necessary. So whenever we want to merge onto the Autobahn, confidence and timings are key. Now we are driving on 3-lane Autobahn. So here we have right lane, then we have a middle lane, and then we have a left lane. Earlier we have seen that there was a speed limit which was 130 km/h. So now as there is a vehicle in the left lane, and as I want to do the overtaking maneuver, I indicated, I check my hard shoulder, and now I am in the middle lane. So from here I can see that there is a vehicle in the middle lane, and so I now prepare to do the overtaking maneuver. So here I indicated early, I have to check my mirrors, I have to check my blind spot, and then move my vehicle into the left lane to complete the overtaking maneuver. So now whenever we complete the overtaking maneuver, after passing the vehicle, we have to indicate again, and then we have to return back into the middle lane. So here I have indicated, I check my mirrors, now I am in the middle lane. So this is how we have to do the overtaking maneuver when we drive on the Autobahn. So I do not stay unnecessarily in the left lane. So as we are driving on 3-lane Autobahn, so here we have a 3-lane, right lane, middle lane, and left lane. So you might be having a question when to use which lane. So if you drive at a slower speed, then we have to use the right hand lane. For example, if you are driving at a speed around 80 to 100 km/h, in that case we have to use the right hand lane. Then if you are driving 100 to 120 km/h, in that case we can use the middle lane. And lastly, left lane will be used for the overtaking maneuver. So here we have to avoid lane hogging. So even if you are driving fast, the left lane is not for cruising lane, it's strictly for overtaking. This is one of the most common exam mistake. So as there are multiple vehicles in the middle lane, so now I remain in the left lane to continue overtaking maneuver. So still, as there are a lot of vehicles in the middle lane, now I am in the left lane. So whenever we are driving on Autobahn, always remember to maintain a safety distance between the two vehicles. So as I want to complete the overtaking maneuver, so still I am in the left lane, and now as there is a no limit, I can drive more than 130 km/h. So from here I can see that there was a signboard which says the road surface is uneven, which means that we have to drive carefully from this section of the road. So now I notice that the red vehicle suddenly moves from the middle lane into the left lane, but as there was sufficient space, so I reacted calmly and allowed the red color vehicle to merge safely. So here no aggressive braking is required, no panic steering is also needed, and lastly we have to control and anticipate the situation. So now as there is a vehicle coming behind us, so we allowed him to pass, and that's the reason why now we are in the middle lane. So on the Autobahn you must think ahead. At higher speed vehicle change lane faster, then gap closes quickly and reaction time becomes critical. Always scan for ahead, keep safe distance and expect sudden lane changes. So anticipation prevents accidents on German Autobahn. So still, as there are a lot of vehicles in the middle lane, now I am using the left lane to complete the overtaking. So here we have to be in the left lane as there are a lot of vehicles in the middle lane. Again from here I can see that there is a motorcyclist in from middle to left lane. Again, as there was a sufficient space between the vehicle, I adopted the speed and I allowed the motorcyclist to come into the left lane. So that's the reason why if you want to use or if you want to drive on Autobahn, here we have to check our hard shoulders and we have to check our blind spot. As motorcyclists are smaller in size, it will be really hard for us to identify where the motorcyclists are. So that's why we have to check for them. And now as I want to complete the overtaking maneuver, so now I am in the left lane. So this is how we have to drive on German Autobahn. So still, as I want to complete the overtaking, so still I am in the left lane. So from exam perspective, this situation is really important. So if you ask me whether to do the overtaking maneuver on German Autobahn, then I would highly recommend that if you do a overtaking maneuver on German Autobahn, then you are giving a positive signs to the examiner. He will clearly understand how you know how to use this different lanes on German Autobahn. You know how to drive into dense traffic. So now we are entering in a construction area. So here we have to reduce our speed. And the distance was 2 km. So from here we have to anticipate what potential challenges can come up. So as there was a signboard which confirms that the construction area will start, so that's why I changed my lane and right now I am in the middle lane. Now here we can see that there is one of the important signboard which says that the total length of the vehicle is more than 2.1 meters. You are not allowed to use the left lane and the middle lane. And due to the construction, now the maximum permissible speed is 80 km per hour. And we also see a yellow lane markings. So whenever we are driving on Autobahn or if there are yellow markings, then we have to follow the yellow markings. And if the yellow markings are dotted, it means that we are allowed to cross the lines. And if there are solid yellow lines, then it means that we are not allowed to cross that lines. Important signboard which says that lanes will be splitted into two. So as here we are in a middle lane, so we will drive continuously straight ahead. And as there are yellow markings, which means that we have to follow the yellow markings. So since yellow markings are present, we have to follow the yellow markings. And here we don't have to follow white lines. So there is a warning sign for the Straßenschilder, and now we can see that we are coming out of the construction area. So after exiting the construction zone, here we have to follow the white road markings. So when we talk about driving on Autobahn, some Autobahn sections have no speed limits. However, there is an advisory speed limit which is 130 km per hour. This does not mean you have to drive 130 km per hour, but it means that 130 km per hour is the recommended safe speed under normal condition. And as there was a signboard which confirms that from this particular section of the road we can drive, or there is a no speed limit. But remember, we have to always adjust our speed according to the traffic density. Then we have to check the weather conditions. Then we have to check the road conditions, and based on the visibility, we have to adjust our speed. So at higher speeds, your safety distance must increase. So never follow too closely. Even if the sections without speed limits, maintaining a safety distance is compulsory. Distance equals reaction time, and reaction time equals to safety. So now I plan to exit the Autobahn. So as there was a truck, I completed the overtaking maneuver. So I checked my mirrors, I completed the overtaking maneuver, and now I want to signal again to exit the Autobahn smoothly. So no sudden movements, no late decisions. Lastly, we'll talk about some of the common exam mistakes. Staying unnecessarily in the middle or left lane, then sudden lane changes without proper observation, then not maintaining safe distance, and hesitation during merging onto the main lanes of Autobahn. So these are some of the common exam mistakes what we need to avoid. So if you avoid those mistakes, maintain lane discipline, anticipate traffic, and manage speed responsibly, you will drive confidently and safely. Cover everything what you need to know if you want to drive confidently on German Autobahn.